What is going on, Jet fans? I am Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today, I want to talk about a couple of interesting news nuggets on the wide receiver trade market. We'll start with Mike Evans, but first, a word from the sponsor. I'm Matt O'Leary here with some exciting news. For the start of the 2023 NFL season, I've partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official NFL partner, to bring new users an exciting new offer. Here's how you can get $200 in bonus bets. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up using my promo code MattO'Leary, make any $5 wager, and you instantly get $200 in bonus bets right into your account. And with that $200 in bonus bets, you can get in on the action, whether you bet against the money line, maybe you're betting against the spread, there's player props, and even the same game parlay. So you don't want to miss out. There's so many different opportunities for you on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. With the NFL season here, now is the perfect time to get in on the action. Make sure to sign up using my code MattO'Leary and don't miss out. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. So it's been very evident that Mike Evans has put a deadline on when I almost said the New York Jets. I hope he becomes a New York Jet. When the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can give him a contract by. That day is today, Saturday, 9/9, the day before the NFL season starts on Sunday, week 1. But yesterday we got a report that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have no plan to extend Mike Evans at this time. Makes sense. They're going through a little bit of a transition, right? They were a veteran-heavy team with Tom Brady. They won the Super Bowl. They went to the playoffs, 3 times, 3 years in a row. And they are going to be in the mix for a new starting quarterback next year in the NFL draft. And, they're going to probably want to go with the youth movement a little bit. And Mike Evans, legendary Buccaneer, no doubt. I mean, 1,000-yard receiver every single year he's been in the league. 9 straight seasons, going for year number 10 this year. Guy's an absolute legend and one of the more underrated wide receivers in football. But something that's interesting about this Mike Evans scenario, and like I mentioned, they are more than likely not going to extend him, which, again, I get it. If they were to just let him go at the end of the year, due to the amount of service time that he's played with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they would receive a 5th-round pick as the comp pick back for Mike Evans. So, if your plan is not to bring Mike Evans back in 2024, wouldn't it make sense to then trade him, because you know that you would be getting more than a 5th-round pick via trade? Now, to be clear, I don't necessarily think that you would have to blow Tampa Bay out of the water in a trade. I don't think it's taking a 1st-round pick to land Mike Evans. But if you beat a 5th-round pick, because again, they know the deal, and other teams around the league know the deal with Mike Evans, that they are pretty much due a 5th-round picks if he walks. Would a 3rd be enough to go out there and make a move and land a guy like Mike Evans? Probably. It probably would. I think you just have to beat a 5th, and there might be a little bit of competition there, but I don't think anyone's going to blow him out of the water and be like, this guy who's going to walk at the end of the year anyway, that they know they're getting a 5th-round pick for, we'll offer you the 1st. I don't think so. I think you're probably looking at a middle round pick, probably a day 2 pick. I would be shocked if it turns into 4th-round pick, but would a 3rd rounder be enough to get it done? I think there's probably a good chance of that. And again, Mike Evans, one of the more underrated wide receivers in the NFL over the last, now almost decade. He puts up 1,000-yard seasons every single year. He did it with Brady, he did it with Jameis, he did it with Fitzpatrick when he was there, and all the other quarterbacks that they've had over the years. So I would absolutely be interested in Mike Evans. I know Davante Adams is the dream prize, and I get it. I don't think something is super realistic for Davante this year. If they wanted to get Davante, I think that would be something that would be a 2024 offseason move. But there's also another name that is going to be floated around, but I don't necessarily think that this is a realistic target, but I'll talk about why he is someone that's name's going to get floated around, and that's T. Higgins. So we had news also coming out yesterday that T. Higgins and the Bengals are not close on a contract extension. He's in the final year of his rookie contract. And he would be a number 1 receiver on most teams. He has back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. As a rookie, he had a 900-yard season. And again, At worst, he would be a high-end number 2, but I think on a lot of teams, he would be a number 1 receiver. Even with the amount of focus that that Jamar Chase gets, right, in that offense, Joe Burrow obviously loves going to Jamar Chase, and understandably so. You still have a guy who's gone over 1,000 yards each of the last 2 seasons, so that's really impressive. But again, I don't necessarily think the Bengals would trade him. I think they would walk him right up to free agency. They could theoretically franchise tag him at the end of the year. I don't know how likely that is, but I think they're really trying to put their chips to the table and do like one last ride and try to get this thing done. They went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. This past year, they went deep in the playoffs yet again. They went to the AFC title game and lost. So they are a contending team. And even if he does walk at the end of the year for nothing and they don't franchise tag him, I think you keep him around just to try to get that run, to complete the run, to win the Super Bowl. So because they are a contending team, like, yes, theoretically, if you were just to isolate guy not close to signing him on a contract extension on an expiring deal, immediately the light bulb would go off normally and you would say, okay, that's a target. But I don't really think T. Higgins is a target for the New York Jets because the Bengals are in the same boat as the Jets. They are going for it. It is a year where they are trying to compete for a Super Bowl. So as much as I would love T on the New York Jets, I think he would be a fantastic addition. I don't think that one's realistic. Mike Evans, I think, is extremely realistic at this point. I do think that he is someone who could absolutely be had in an in-season trade. Devontae Adams, as I mentioned at the top of the video, I think he is someone who you'd probably have to wait until next offseason in order to get that one done. But we'll see how this thing plays out. I just thought it was worthwhile to talk about because you had the 2 wide receiver news coming out yesterday. So I want to hear your take on it. What do you think happens with the New York Jets? Do they pull the trigger on a wide receiver trade or do they kind of just wait? Let me know your thoughts. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.